Tēnā rā koutou katoa. Hello everybody. I te tuatahi ka tuku a te mihi ki te iwi taketake o te whenua moimoia o Ahitereiria. Tō rātou kaumātua o mua o Inaenei. I'd like to pay homage to the Indigenous peoples of Australia, the elders past and present. Ko tōku ingoa ko Rebecca. My name is Rebecca. Tēnā koutou katoa me ngā tamariki o te motu. Hello everybody, and to all our children from our diverse community listening and watching this virtual video. Ngā mihi mahana kia koutou mai Aotearoa. Warm greetings to you from Aotearoa, New Zealand. When I was a little girl, I used to listen to this story every Sundays without fail. Not only to this story, but to many, many other stories that were told, fairy tales, myths and legends. This one in particular was my favourite, which is called How the Kiwi Lost Its Wings. So now on to our story, children. I tēnei wā ka korora hau ki te kiwi me ngā manu o te ngahere. Today I'm going to tell you the story about how the kiwi and his family of friends that live in the forest, in particular the tui, the pukeko, which is a swamp hen, and the pireiraka, the fantail. The kiwi is the unofficial icon bird of Aotearoa, New Zealand, and most New Zealanders are often referred to as kiwis all over the world. Its feathers was treasured by our ancestors for its beautiful colours and softness. The feathers were collected and cleaned and then made into a korowai, very similar to what I'm wearing today. The korowai was also known as a cloak. It was used to help keep them warm during the winter months. The korowai, the cloak, was so precious they were only worn by our chiefs. And now to our story, children. I ngā wā o mua, many, many years ago, when the birds of the forest were free to fly hither and thither, sing as loud as they could from the treetops, ka kitea tāne mahuta, te atua o te ngahere, e maha ana ngā ngangara I runga I te papa o te ngahere. Tāne mahuta, who was the god of the forest, noticed that there was a plague of insects about to destroy the forest floor. So he called all the birds of the forest together to see who would help save the forest. Knowing that it would be a great sacrifice for any bird to make, he wondered who out of all the birds would make the ultimate sacrifice. The birds became very quiet and not one spoke. Tāne Mahuta asked his brother Tāne Hokohoka, who was the god of the birds, for his help to save the forest floor. Tāne Hokohoka then asked Tui, "E Tui, will you come down from the forest floor?" Tui looked up at the trees and saw the sun shining through the leaves, and then looked at the dark earth and shuddered. "Kao, no, Tāne Hokohoka, it is too dark and I'm afraid of the dark." Then Tāne Hokohoka turned to Pukeko and said, "Pukeko, will you come down from the forest floor?" Pukeko too looked down at the cold, damp earth and shuddered. "Kao, no," said Pukeko. "It is too damp, and I don't want to get my feet wet." Again all was quiet, not a sound could be heard. Tāne Hokohoka then turned to Pireiraka, the fantail, and asked if he would come down to the forest floor. "Kao, Tāne Hokohoka, I am too busy building my nest." Tāne Hokohoka, with a saddened heart, knew that if his children and the birds did not come down from the forest floor, his brother Tane Mahuta would lose his children and the birds will have no home. Finally, he asked the Kiwi, "Will you come down here, Kiwi?" Kiwi looked up at the sun through the treetops and looked at his family. Then the damp earth, he turned to Tane Hokoka and said, "Ai, Tane, yes I will." So great was the joy to Tane Mahuta and Tane Hokoka, for the little bird was giving them great hope. Tane Mahuta warned Kiwi that if he does this, he would have to grow strong legs so he could rip apart the logs, and a very long beak so he can ruffle through the leaves, and he would lose his beautiful coloured feathers and wings, and he would never see the forest roof again or the light of day. Tane Hokoka took one last look around and said a silent goodbye, and said to Tane Mahuta and Tane Hokoka, "Yes, I will." Tane Hokoka turned to the other birds and said, "Tui, because you were so scared to come down to the forest floor, you will wear 2 white feathers at your throat as a mark of cowardice. Pukeko, you did not want to get your feet wet. You will now live forever in the swamp. Pirairaka, from now on you will never build another nest again, but lay your eggs in other birds' nests. But you, Kiwi, because of your great sacrifice, you will become the most well-known and loved bird by the whole wide world. Hence why the Kiwi is known throughout the world, because we from Aotearoa are proud to call ourselves Kiwis. Nō reira, tamariki mā? Well, children, I hope you enjoyed the story. Mā te wā, pai marire kia koutou katoa. Until the next time, peace and blessings to you all. Bye.